Guys, what are traveling disturbance? Simply, these are just the weather systems or the weather things that affect the weather and that disturb traveling. Let's say you want to travel from Johannesburg to Limpopo, maybe from Johannesburg to Stillport or Pegasfort or any place in Limpopo. The weather can go wild and you end up not being able to travel to that place. Okay, so basically such weather systems are known as traveling disturbances. We have got at least 4 that you will do in grade 12, but today we're just gonna look at the moisture front alone. Okay, so this is your South Africa, and let's look at how the moisture front forms. Okay, so you guys are already aware that on the Atlantic side or on the Atlantic Ocean, we have got the South Atlantic anticyclone. On the Indian Ocean side, we have got the South Indian anticyclone, and both of these are anticyclones. It means that they've got an anticyclonic anti-clockwise rotation of air. So basically air rotates in an anti-clockwise rotation. So when this air rotates in an anti-clockwise rotation, some of it enters into the land. Okay, can you guys define to me what is a wind? Define wind. What is wind? What is wind, guys? What is wind?
Moving air, sir.
Yes. You usually say that air blows and air flows rather than moves. Usually it's preferable for you to say that air is flowing, air is blowing rather. So basically this air is blowing in an anti-clockwise direction. You guys can see it, but it gets inside the land as it blows in an anti-clockwise rotation at the South Atlantic anticyclone. So now the air that blows here, what direction is it? This air that is blowing from the South Atlantic anticyclone, what is its direction? Let me just use another color here. What is its direction, guys? This wind, let's just call it the wind that is blowing anti-clockwise from this anticyclone, and it gets inside the land. This one that I'm highlighting now, guys, this one. What is this direction? Give the wind direction. You guys know the wind direction from grade 10. What is the wind direction of this air? Of this wind, what is the wind direction? Yes.
Southwest.
What?
Southwest.
Southwest. It's southwesterly. Southwesterly. It is blowing from southwesterly. You guys already see. You guys know how to determine the direction of the land. You just put a compass here, guys. Just put a compass here. And then you guys already know how a compass works. We have got east, we've got north, we've got south, and we've got west. So this is east, this is south, this is north, and this is west. So this wind, do you see, guys, that it is blowing in this direction? It is blowing from this direction, like from this direction. So it is between west and it's between south. That's why we say that it's a southwesterly wind. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Telmos network on this one. Yes, so basically this wind, let's just call it this wind that is coming from the South Atlantic anticyclone, it is southwesterly because it is between the south and the west. So it's southwesterly, not southwestwards, guys. It's southwesterly. It means that it is coming from the southwest. Means that it is coming from the southwest. So this is a southwesterly wind. Now, can I ask the characteristics of this wind from you guys? This wind that is being blown by the South Atlantic anticyclone, what are the characteristics in terms of temperature, in terms of humidity? Yes, Tahato?
It's cold and dry.
So this is a cold and dry wind. So it is a cold and it is also a dry wind. So it's a cold and dry wind. Why do you say it's cold and dry, Tahato?
It's from the South Atlantic Ocean, and we know that there it's cold, I gotta say. So therefore,
Yes.
the wind will be cold.
Yes. So basically, when the wind is being blown from a cold ocean, such as the Atlantic Ocean, basically this cold wind that blows in. It is cold and it is dry. Okay, what about the wind known as the South Indian? The one that is being blown by the South Indian high pressure cell, because you can see that the South Indian high pressure cell, it is also blowing in an anti-clockwise direction. All high pressure cells, they blow in an anti-clockwise direction, and some of the air, it is getting inside the land. In this case, it is labeled as B. Some of the wind is getting inside the land. Let's hear Trevor. What is the direction of this air that is being blown inside the land?
No, mina ngifuna ukubuzisa ama-directions from kule yasekuqaleni.
Okay, direction, you use the compass, guys. This is east, this is north, this is west, and then this is south here. So this air, if you place a compass here, this air is like, this is the direction of the air, the one that is coming from the South Atlantic anticyclone. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, mase sinema i-wind ne sinema ngokuthi la iya khona or lapha isuka khona.
La isuka khona.
Oh.
It's coming. Yes.
Because in la mina bengibona benithi it's a northeast, so ngiyamangala mawuthi southeast because ngibona iya ku northeast. So I was surprised mabathi southwest.
That's why it's not southwest, it's southwesterly. You guys need to know the difference between westwards and westerly. When we say southwesterly, this ali at the end, this suffix which is ali, westerly, at the end there is an ali there. It means that this is where the wind is coming from, not where the wind is going. Yes, the wind is going to the northeast, but this is not in northeast. Where, like, when we name the wind, we name it based on where it is coming from. In this case, it is coming from the southwesterly, because this is the west, right? This is the south. As you can see, your wind, guys, is like this. This is how it looks like. So it's coming from, it's between the west and the south cardinal points. So you can say that this is a what? This is a southwesterly. Westerly, guys, don't say southwest wind. It's wrong. It's southwesterly. Repeat that, guys. It's southward.
Westerly.
Yes, a southwesterly. It's not a southwest wind. No, it's a southwesterly wind. Westerly means it's coming from the southwesterly, basically. The ali there at the end, the suffix there of the name is very important. Okay, tell me about this wind that is being blown by the South Indian anticyclone, the one that is being blown anti-clockwise, this one, and some of it gets into the land. The one that I'm highlighting in right here, it gets into the land. You guys can all see it, right? This one, what is its direction? Precious?
The direction is from east to west.
If you put your compass here, really, let's put the compass. Here is a compass. This is east, this is north, this is west, and this is south. Consider where the wind is coming from one more time. Yes, Trevor?
The name of the wind is southeasterly.
Nope. Bandisele?
It's not easterly.
Northeasterly. Why northeasterly?
Because the wind is coming from the north to the south and from east to west.
Really, guys? Where is the wind coming from?
It's southeasterly.
You guys are guessing. Look at where the wind is coming from properly, guys. Like, look at where the wind is coming from. Or maybe let me place my compass somewhere else. As the wind is getting inside the land, look at where it's coming from properly. Let me just place my compass here. Maybe it'll make things better. This is my compass. This is my east. North there. There's a north there. There's a west and there is a south. Okay, is this better? Hey, my diagrams now. Okay, let me just use the pen from Zoom. Maybe it'll be more clear. Yes,
Sir, it's from southeast, sir. Check it, sir.
southeast.
Yes.
Okay, are you guys all saying the same thing? Trev?
Now say I see not I see northwesterly.
Northwest. I think it's northwest.
It's northwesterly wind.
But sir,
Uh-huh.
the wind is coming from south and east.
It's coming from south and
coming
east.
from south and east. Yeah, we can see here, so you can also check this. Say, yabona la before ingena, la kuqaleni la yabona la.
Yeah.
Yabona ukuthi quadrant leya ka S, quadrant number 4 leya ka E and S. Uyayibona mus.
What about someone else who would consider it the one that is getting inside this one? That is getting inside, to say that it's getting in a northwesterly direction. Will they be wrong?
They will be wrong, sir, because when you said we name winds based off where they come from. Anti you understand, Amas?
Okay, what about Sam? What do you say?
I say I agree with Trevor, because this air is come from when I like sir check-on into South Indian anticyclone sir. Going about it go southeast sir.
Okay, South Indian anticyclone. Okay, wait. Let me just clear all drawings. Otherwise, we're gonna have the debate the entire night. Okay. This one. Which one is where?
Sir, le ASIA sir. Umusuka lapho.
Yeah.
Uthe we name from la eqala khona sir.
Yeah, where it's coming from. Yes, you are right.
Therefore uma oqala lapho sir bese uyahamba. Therefore the part le yento ye northwest sir. Susemaphakathini sir awuqali lapho umoya sir.
Okay, guys, that is going to give you a northeasterly wind then. Northeasterly.
I feel so and you said I was wrong.
Did you say so? Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, no. What did you say, guys? I didn't say you were wrong. I was just looking at your answers one by one. Don't worry. Yes.
Say, Ash, I don't know. If we point ukuthi yabona le angathi sengikhohle ukuthi bayibiza ngani the point intersection ye-Cartesian plane la kuna 0 is to 0 khona. If we singabeka le dots uyabona the red line that goes into the Kalahari,
into the land.
Yeah. Yeah, into the land. If singabeka le points la icala khona the second ngicela ungenzele sengito khona kubona ukuthi uyangi-understand.
Okay.
The second.
Okay, Ushola on this one.
No, where it starts. No, say where it starts
exactly.
South. South Indian Ocean. Yeah, where it starts. Straight la icala khona. Yeah. You see, maybe if singayidetermine ngale ndlela ukuthi it comes from, understand the say it comes from west to north.
Okay, so it's more like here, let me just give you why the answer is northeasterly wind. Okay, so we consider the wind when it is entering into the land per se. Yeah, for this one, okay, let's just start with the one that we already decided, which is southwesterly wind. When it enters the land, if we look at it when it enters the land, you can see that here we've got a west and we've got a south here, right? So basically the wind is entering from the southwest, so southwesterly. Okay, if we do the same thing and we go to where this wind is entering the land and we put our plane here, because you won't have one direction. If you're gonna put it here, it's gonna be different because it's kind of going up in this case. Okay, so if you're gonna put it here when it enters into the land, you're gonna have a north there, you're gonna have what? You're gonna have an east there, you're gonna have a south there, and you're gonna have a what? A west there. Let me just draw this horizontal line here. Okay, something like this. So basically here you look at this air as it is entering. Where is it coming from? From which direction is it coming from? From which direction would it be coming from when it's entering? Okay, I'm not good at drawing, but you guys can kind of see the idea now. Yes,
Northeast.
yes, that's the northeasterly. So we call it a northeasterly wind just because when it enters in a way that looks like it's coming from the northeasterly. Okay, that's how we name it. You guys should just get used to naming it that way. It is the northeasterly wind. So we've got two winds there, guys. We've debated for this over a long time. We need to now look at the properties of the winds. Trev, what is the property of the northeasterly wind?
Sir, it's a question, sir. I have a question.
Yes, what's your question?
Sir, angithona uthona measure ukuthi when it enters, angithi sir. So my question is, measure when it enters the coastal, or when it enters the coastal regions, or when it enters the land.
It's more like when it enters the land in this case, because you can see velocity, although it enters the coastal region like this, but at the end of the day it's going to continue like this, right? So you more like consider this direction when it's entering the land, but it will never change. It will always be northeasterly, and this other one will always be southwesterly. Now guys, let's quicken up on the characteristics of the winds. The northeasterly winds, what characteristics does it have? Yes, Mukobe.
It is warm, moist air.
Yes, so the wind is warm and it's moist. So let's just call it a wind. So it is warm and it is also moist, and it's being blown by this South Indian anticyclone, or this South Indian high pressure cell. So I'm going to delete the other arrows, you won't need them. You guys already know that we're having these two winds. So we've got a cold and dry southwesterly wind. We also have got a warm and moist northeasterly wind. Okay, so now let's talk about the moisture front. How is it formed? So basically we've got cold, dry southwesterly wind that enters the land from the South Atlantic high pressure cell. This is the one that we did at first, guys. This southwesterly wind, it is cold and it is dry. Where is it coming from? It is coming from the South Atlantic high pressure cell, or the South Atlantic anticyclone. So that's the one that we have at first. It's a cold, dry southwesterly wind. Guys, when we describe these terms, be specific. Don't just say we have got a cold wind from the Atlantic Ocean. No, it's a cold and it's also a dry wind, and it's southwesterly. That's its direction. It enters the land from the South Atlantic high pressure. And then we also have got this northeasterly wind. So it's a warm, moist northeasterly wind. So there is a northeasterly wind there. So this northeasterly wind, it is the one coming from the what? From the South Indian high pressure cell. Guys, please separate your points when you're answering these paragraphs questions. The first point, it says cold, dry southwesterly wind enter the land from the South Atlantic high pressure cell. That's 1 point, 2 marks. Full stop, you put a full stop, you write another point separately. Don't say end. Don't say cold, dry southwesterly wind enter the land from the SAA and some warm, moist. No, don't do that. Don't mix the points. You're gonna lose the marks. Explain each and everything briefly. And then now, these winds, do you see, guys, that they are converging? These winds, they are kind of converging because they are meeting here at this point in the interior. Do you see that, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so as they converge here at the interior, can they ever mix, guys?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Why not?
No, sir.
Why can they not mix?
Sir, exophobic convergence.
Hmm?
Because of Convergences, sir.
Convergence. I mean,
Instead
I'm
of
saying,
that,
explain why they are not mixing. Why are they not mixing? Why enga mix to become 1A? Yes, Trev.
So I have a question. Say, I need to say one. Even no baba story explain ngama paragraph question itona ama point ngalesa wahlukanisa ngithi se.
Yes.
So say ufuna ukuzisa ukuthi angeke bebasmark wrong because I statement isithi zona in paragraphs. So
Yes,
siyenza ngama point.
No, you write points in a paragraphs, guys. When you write the points, you write your point, you put a full stop, you continue with another point, you put a full stop until you have got your 8 lines, approximately 8 lines. Doesn't mean you must always do 8 lines. You must have 4 correct points for 2 marks each, but you make it in a paragraph format. Guys, the format says write in a paragraph, but you are writing I don't know if I'm gonna say points, you guys are gonna writing points. You are writing one thing and you put a full stop. One sentence, you put a full stop, you get 2 marks for that sentence. Another sentence, you put a full stop, you get 2 marks for that. Do you understand, Trev?
Yes, sir.
Yes, don't write in point format like dash and bullets. No, that's incorrect. Yes, Mukobe, you are answering us on why these MSs are not mixing, right? Why not?
Because the two MSs have different density, and the code A has a higher density than the worm A.
Basically, they've got different densities, different temperatures. They are different MSs. So the converging MSs, these two ones, the converging MSs are different and therefore they cannot mix. That's another point. You put a full stop. Yes, Trev.
Say, I want to add another point why they are not mixing, say.
Why not?
They have different humidity.
Correct. Different humidity, different density, different temperatures. So if they cannot mix, what happens? If two MSs cannot mix because they've got different temperatures, humidities, and densities, what happens? Because cold air and warm air can never mix. What did we say happens? I want to hear that from Siangob. What happens when you've got a cold and a warm MS when they are meeting? They cannot mix. But what happens, Siangob?
See, I think they form a line. Maybe I don't know. What is
a line? So it's just a mysterious line that doesn't have a name. Beautiful. What do they form?
But I don't know.
Yes, tell more. Yes, tell more. What is the line that they form? The so-called line from Trevor, from Siangova's what? What is the line? Tell me. What is the line? Who is it? Precious. What is the line that you are talking about here? How? You guys are stuck in G just because of a line that is separating two different MSs. Bandisile, what is the line that they form?
It's a front, sir.
It's a front. Guys, I always told you, Uti, when the two MSs cannot mix. Yeah, good that you thought of it and you didn't say it. Beautiful. When you're having a warm MS and you are having a cold MS and they cannot mix with one another, instead they are separated by a boundary, and that boundary is known as a what? As a front. Okay.
Front.
Yes, just like in a mid-latitude cyclone. Remember, guys, I told you that when you're having a cold polar easterlies and you're having warm westerlies, they converge at the polar front. That's what we're talking about. A front is just a boundary where warm air and cold air meet and cannot mix. Do you guys get me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so basically these MSs, they're instead, because they are not separate, because they are not mixing, they're actually separated by a front known as a moisture front. So basically the moisture front is just the boundary of air that is separating the cold, dry southwesterly wind and the warm, moist northeasterly wind. When you describe them, guys, describe them with their characteristics. So you're going to say that this moisture front, if they say define what a moisture front is, it is simply a boundary that is separating cold, dry, southwesterly wind, cold, dry, southwesterly wind, and the northeast is northeasterly. It is warm and moist. You should mention that as well. So the warm, moist northeasterly wind from the South Indian anticyclone. Okay, so they are separated by a moisture front, and you guys already know what happens on a front. The warm, moist air, it is light. It is light. You must mention that it is not heavy. It is less dense. It is light. So it rises above the cold air. So when these meet at the moisture front, this is your moisture front here. And then on one side, you are having the southwesterly wind, the cold, dry, southwesterly wind. The cold and dry southwesterly wind. So basically, when this warm, moist northeasterly wind comes through, this warm and moist northeasterly wind, when it comes inside, when it converges with this southwesterly cold, dry wind, when they converge, this warm, moist air, we realize that it is light. You must mention that it is light or it is less dense. So since it is less dense, it rises. So this warm, moist northeasterly wind, it rises, and when it rises above the cold air, what do we expect? The rising warm air will cool down. So that's the first thing. It will cool down, it will condense, and later on will form cumulonimbus clouds one more time. So you must form cumulonimbus clouds at the end of the day. So this is what happens when they converge. The warm, moist air is light. That is why it rises above the cold air. Yes, Sam.
So say when in the warm air say it rises above the cold air, say, so before kuzofomeka into ila thunderstorm noma.
Okay, we haven't gotten to that point yet, but something like that will end up happening. So this warm air, this warm, moist air, it rises, it cools, and it condenses to form cumulonimbus clouds. But here you must be specific as well. I must just edit this. So these cumulonimbus clouds, they form east. So they form east of the moisture front. So they form on the eastern part of the moisture front. Do you guys realize that from the diagram that I've given you here, the cumulonimbus clouds, all of them, they are forming on one side. Do you see where they are forming? Here. Do you guys see that? Do you see the cumulonimbus clouds first of all from the map?
Yes, sir.
You see that they are forming on one side, Danish. Do you guys realize that they are forming on one side?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so they are forming on the eastern side or on the eastern part of the moisture front, because here is the moisture front here, this blue boundary, and then east to it. You can say east. You guys will figure out the direction. Is it east or is it north? But basically, it forms only on that side. It doesn't form on the other side. So it will only affect those areas that are on the other side. You guys will figure out the direction there if it's really east or not. So why does that happen? Why do you think the cumulonimbus clouds, they only form on one side of this moisture front? Why don't they form everywhere, including here? Why don't I find like cumulonimbus clouds here and here and here? Yes, Precious.
Because the air that is coming from South Indian anticyclone is warm and moist, and the warm moist air doesn't get mixed with the cold air from that other side, so it just forms cumulonimbus clouds from the other side, east.
Yes, so the cumulonimbus clouds, we're gonna have them on the place where we've got the warm moist air. So basically the warm moist air, you guys can see that is coming from the South Indian anticyclone, right? or the South Indian high pressure cell, this northeasterly wind, it is the warm moist air. It is the one that will rise and it will form your cumulonimbus clouds. That's why here you can see cumulonimbus clouds, cumulonimbus clouds, cumulonimbus clouds. All of these are what? All of these are cumulonimbus clouds. They only form on one side, the side that has got the warm moist air. So you guys will now tell me what is the direction at which these cumulonimbus clouds form. Yes, Ngoba, what's your question?
So I want to add to the question that you said, why we have cumulonimbus clouds in the same direction.
Yes.
I think also remember on Mammoth Glacial cyclone, it also the cold air, it makes the warm air rises rapidly. So, and can I also answer the direction one?
You are cutting, Ngoba.
Uyangizwa say?
Ngiyakuzwa.
Yeah, ngithi mina le cumulonimbus ngifuna ku-answerisha the direction of lama cumulonimbus clouds is in the westerly direction.
In the
Westerly direction.
you cannot just say westerly as if the cumulonimbus clouds are moving per se, because when you say westerly, you mean that they are coming from, like for example, when you say that the wind is southwesterly, it means that it is coming from the southwest. Okay, when you say that the wind is northeasterly, it is coming from the northeast direction. So cumulonimbus clouds are not really moving per se, so you cannot assign directions such as a westerly, easterly, and whatnot. But don't worry, guys. There will be don't worry. I will show you just after this. I'll show you just after this because there's a quick activity for you guys to do. So basically, the cumulonimbus clouds, they only form on the side that has got what? That has got the warm moist air. They only form here on the side that has got the warm moist air that rises, which is the northeasterly wind. This northeasterly wind is the warm and the moist one because it's coming from the Indian Ocean, remember? And then now, basically, that's it. And then these cumulonimbus clouds will result in the heavy rainfall and line thunderstorms that will occur along the moisture front. So basically, remember guys, cumulonimbus clouds is just heavy rainfall, line thunderstorms as well. So we say that these are line thunderstorms because they are occurring along this line known as the moisture front, right? So basically there will be thunderstorms across this line. Guys, this is a huge area of land if you didn't know. It's not just a small area. We are talking about a couple of provinces here. So Toluti here, we're having a northwest province somewhere here. We're having Gauteng somewhere here. We're having a maybe the western parts of KZN here. So this is covering a large area. So don't just think it's affecting a smaller area or your grandma's village. No. Okay. So basically these cumulonimbus clouds, they bring torrential rainfall along this entire place. All of this entire place will experience heavy rainfall as well as your line thunderstorms. We say that they're line thunderstorms because they occur along the line of the moisture front, basically. So do you guys get the sense? Yeah, that's why they are known as line thunderstorms. Yeah, so I want you guys to check this activity out. This will definitely help you to determine the direction. This is a moisture front. Okay, it's a quick activity based on the moisture front. You must answer 1.1.1 to 1.1.3. Anyone to give us a quick prayer for less than 1 minute.
Trevor, sir. Trevor, pray. Trevor, you pray for us today.
Trevor, Ndobu, where are you?
If not Trevor, then
Okay. Okay, everyone can open their cameras and close their eyes.